What just happened in Dallas has left the entire NFL world stunned, fans in disbelief, and analysts scrambling to make sense of one of the most unexpected developments of the year. Trevon Diggs, one of the league's most electrifying cornerbacks, is out indefinitely, and the Dallas Cowboys organization has just made a jaw-dropping $120 million decision that could change the future of the franchise. If you've been following the Cowboys over the past few seasons, then you know just how integral Trevon Diggs has become to this defense. A 2nd round pick out of Alabama, Diggs made an immediate impact when he entered the league, but it was his 2021 breakout season, where he led the NFL in interceptions with 11 picks, that put him in the national spotlight. His ball-hawking ability, his incredible instincts, and his knack for game-changing plays made him not just a Pro Bowler, but one of the cornerstones of the Cowboys' defensive identity. Fast forward to 2023, expectations were sky-high. With Micah Parsons anchoring the pass rush and Diggs locking down the secondary, the Cowboys were viewed by many as having a top-3 defense with serious Super Bowl aspirations. But all of that came crashing down during a seemingly routine practice session in September, when Diggs went down clutching his knee. It was immediately clear that something was wrong. The initial fear was confirmed within 24 hours, a torn ACL. The Cowboys' defensive star would miss the rest of the season. For any team, losing a player of Diggs' caliber is a huge blow, but for Dallas, the timing could not have been worse. They were off to a hot start, the defense looked dominant, and Diggs was just starting to get into rhythm. Fans were devastated, the locker room was shaken, and the coaching staff was suddenly forced to rethink their entire defensive scheme. But despite the injury, the Cowboys did something almost no one expected. They doubled down on Trevon Diggs. In the months that followed, Jerry Jones and the front office made headlines by handing Diggs a massive contract extension, 5 years, $97 million in base value, with incentives that could push the deal over $104 million, and a guaranteed portion that brought the commitment to nearly $120 million. In today's NFL, that kind of money for a cornerback coming off a major knee injury is rare, almost unprecedented. So why did the Cowboys do it? Was it confidence in Diggs' recovery? A belief in his long-term value to the franchise? Or was it a gamble they felt they had no choice but to take? Whatever the reasoning, the NFL world took notice. Some praised the move as bold and forward-thinking, calling it a testament to the Cowboys' loyalty and long-term vision. Others called it reckless, arguing that the franchise had just tied up massive cap space in a player whose future was now uncertain. But let's be clear, this wasn't just a football decision. This was a business decision, a culture-setting move that sent a message to the rest of the locker room: if you produce at an elite level for the Cowboys, we will invest in you even in your darkest hour. Trevon Diggs' recovery began immediately, and all reports suggested he was attacking rehab with the same intensity he brings to the field. By the time summer 2024 rolled around, there was optimism. He was activated off the PUP list and cleared to participate in training camp drills. Coaches were cautiously optimistic, teammates were excited, the fans, well, they were ready to see their star cornerback return. But then came another twist in this story. After participating in some light drills and walkthroughs, reports began to surface that Diggs was still dealing with complications related to the initial injury. According to insider sources, it wasn't just the ACL anymore. There was cartilage damage that hadn't fully healed, and additional swelling in the knee that was causing discomfort during movement. After additional evaluations by team doctors and specialists, the tough decision was made: Trevon Diggs would be shut down again. Not for a few weeks, not even for a few months, but likely for the remainder of the season. Just like that, Diggs was out again, and this time, the timeline was even more uncertain than before. For the Cowboys, this was an absolute gut punch. Not only had they lost one of their premier defensive weapons again, but they had now committed $120 million to a player who had played just 2 games since signing the extension. In the unforgiving world of professional football, this is the kind of move that can haunt a front office for years, especially if the team struggles without him. The ripple effects were immediate. Defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, brought in to reinvigorate the defense, was now facing the same uphill battle as last year: how to build a top-tier defense without a lockdown corner. Darren Bland, who had stepped up admirably in Diggs' absence in 2023, was once again thrust into a primary role. He had shown flashes of brilliance, multiple pick sixes, clutch pass breakups, but the pressure on him now would be enormous. The Cowboys also made some emergency acquisitions, bringing in former first-round pick Kaiir Elam in a trade and adding veteran corner Amani Oruwariye for depth. But let's be real, replacing Trevon Diggs is not just about finding another body to fill the position. It's about replacing the instincts, the confidence, the swagger, and the leadership that he brings to the secondary. It's about finding someone who can play man coverage against the likes of A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb in practice, or Deebo Samuel and Tyreek Hill in real games and come out on top. That's not something you can manufacture overnight. Meanwhile, the Cowboys' offense, led by Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, will be under even more pressure to carry the load. Because if the defense regresses, it's going to come down to the offense putting up points and avoiding turnovers every single week. And let's not forget, Mike McCarthy is entering a make-or-break season as head coach. With Sean Payton rumors still swirling in the background and ownership's patience wearing thin, anything short of an NFC Championship game appearance could lead to major changes. So where does this leave Trevon Diggs? As of now, his future remains uncertain. Team doctors are optimistic that he will make a full recovery, but nothing is guaranteed in this league, especially for players who rely on speed, agility, and explosive movement like a cornerback. If Diggs returns in 2026 and is back to his old self, then this entire ordeal will be remembered as a bump in the road, a moment of adversity that he overcame. But if he struggles to regain his form, or if complications persist, then the $120 million investment could become an albatross that haunts the Cowboys' salary cap for years. Either way, the spotlight will remain firmly on him. Every practice clip, every rehab update, every roster move, the fans and media will be watching. And Trevon Diggs, the younger brother of superstar wide receiver Stefon Diggs, will have to dig deep, both mentally and physically, to silence the doubters. His story is far from over, but the next chapter will be the most challenging yet. For now, Cowboys Nation must rally. They've been here before. This team has weathered injuries, controversy, and playoff heartbreak. But what makes this situation different is the sheer unpredictability of it all. No one expected this, not the fans, not the analysts, maybe not even the Cowboys themselves. And in the high-stakes world of NFL football, where legacies are written in wins and losses, and fortunes rise and fall with every play, the absence of Trevon Diggs and the weight of a $120 million decision will loom large over every snap of the 2025 season. So buckle up, because whether you love the Cowboys or love to hate them, this storyline is far from over. And as always, we'll be right here breaking it all down for you, every twist, every update, and every ounce of drama, right here on this channel. Hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and let us know, did the Cowboys make a smart long-term investment in Trevon Diggs, or did they just commit one of the riskiest financial moves in recent NFL history? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the league is watching.